Hey guys, you remember this funky little thing that we reviewed here recently, the TINS machine as a wearable thing that you can hook up for pain relief and stuff like that? Oh, and it does some what they call holistic programs for body balancing, for bioenergetic harmony. Anyway, I got to try it out. I gotta tell you what it was like. I know it has nothing to do with this video, but I'm letting you know at the very end, I'll give you a little bit more about what this thing can do. All right, here's today's video. Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. Look at this. I've got a TINWOO box. That's right. This is an interesting watch. I brought it in for a specific reason to show you guys that some of you will be intrigued by. Are you ready? Have you got your eyebrows exercised? I'm going to raise them. You ready? I'm going to raise your eyebrows. Well, it raised my eyebrows. When I read this, I went, really? This particular watch has watch faces on it, of course, like all different watches do. Some of them have faces that have always-on capability, you know, so that they have a display on when they're off instead of going black. But this one has something unique, apparently, and we're going to check it out to see. Apparently, with this watch, you have a watch face on it that shows up one way in the daylight and shows up differently at night. So it's got a cover that shows you power on, stopwatch, and sports are part of it. We can take that cover off. And before I get into the rest of the box, let me tell you how you can get it. This is the Amazon link. I took the Amazon part off because it has all my login information stuff, but it's from an Amazon page. I have the link in the show notes that'll take you right over here to pick it up. TINWOO smartwatch with wireless charging, Bluetooth health tracker, digital smartwatch, 5-atmosphere waterproof, and this special watch face trick that it does. Let's look at the specifics that you'll see right on the Amazon listing. Quickly run through it. It's got a metallic frame and a TPU band with a 1.3-inch display and ultra-thin body. Yeah, it's pretty thin. Okay. I'll give them that. And well sealed. Look at that. It could be 5-atmosphere. That means you'll definitely be able to swim with this one. So it's got a lot going for it. It's got GPS positional function. Now this is tricky, guys. It does not have, as far as I can tell, GPS module in it. However, if you pair it with the app and you go out with your phone in your pocket or strapped to your arm or whatever, it'll collect your exercise data and your trajectory from the GPS in your phone. So it's GPS equipped. Yeah. Got fitness tracker, suitable for the Android 5 and iOS 9. And check this out. They're clear about it. It's not suited for a PC or a tablet, only suitable for phones with Bluetooth 4.2 or higher. You connect with TINWOO as the app name. It's got magnetic charging, USB cable, supports wireless charging, but the wireless charging base is not included in the package. So I think they're talking the QI charging with this, but I'm not sure. I'm going to see if I can test it out on some of the other chargers I got that watches came with, and we'll let you know as I get into this. 300 milliamp hour battery, 2 hours of charging, 20 days standby, and over 10 days usage. Call and message notifications, but not Bluetooth calling in this one. The straps, the size, the weight, what it comes with, and then this little thing here that you can't use it when it's charging, and it's designed with IP68 waterproof rating. Well, wait a minute, up here it says 5 ATM. It says it allows you to take showers, swim in the pool, but it's not going to track swimming data. Okay, so we're kind of borderline there on it's okay for swimming and whatnot. None of these are good for bathing or hot water, but yeah, the waterproof thing is a little bit of a question, but at least it looks like it could be dunked in water, just not sure how far down you can go. In the box, we also have the charging wire, a little silica gel pack. Cool. Yeah, that's really working because it must make it dry. Standard USB with a 2-pin, tiny, close-together pins. Again, you want to make sure you don't mix your 2-pin wires up between watches. Magnetically couples there, and because the watch is nice and thin and lightweight, and the magnet is really strong, it'll definitely hold it, which is really cool. We've got a thank you for choosing TINWOO Smartwatch. And what is that? An extended warranty. Activate it within 14 days. Scanning that, you'll get a 1-year hassle-free warranty. Wow! You don't see that often. The fact it's also being offered through Amazon and a warranty. I think you can buy this with pretty good confidence that you'll be taken care of. Here's the after-sales info. Follow their channel and the thank you. And then, finally, the user's manual. We'll get into this for 20 and 20W model. This must be one of those. Basic information. I'm just going to quickly go through. Freeze frame it if you want to read it. The reason we always do this at the beginning of every video is so that you have access to the manual. Many of these, if you don't have the manual in the box, if you lose it, you're not going to find a PDF version of it on the web. And sometimes there's critical things you need to know or see that you'll find in the manual. And so we do this. It takes a little longer, makes the video a little longer. You can always zip past it and watch your video till you're beyond it. But it does enhance this channel in making sure that you have one resource you can go to for any watch ever made. Well, not quite that, but pretty close. And check out the manual right toward the beginning of each of the unboxing videos. Yeah, this is a long one. I thought I would have out-talked it by now, but no. Here's the weather. Looks like it supports that, and music control. Weather, of course, is pushed from the phone to the watch, so you always have to make sure you're tethered in order to get the updated weather. FAQs, a little bit more, what to do in these situations. How to change the date and time. Okay, it looks like you can actually do the settings as well if you want to adjust them manually. Battery life is too short. What does that mean? Okay, good. There, put some time into this manual. It's a very nice one. There's the overall specs. Safety information, battery warnings. Wow. And health warnings. You don't see that usually with a smartwatch. And overall maintenance. Wow, very extensive manual. That probably should be a benchmark that others use for guidance. Well, we have nothing left to do but charge it up and check it out. A quick press, hold on the top button, vibrates and turns it on. We get the opening screen, a nice bright background with TINWOO, their logo on there, and we're into a watch face. That's where the magic happens on this one. I'm going to show you some stuff about that. But first, let's walk through it. Here's a face. It's got all kinds of stuff on it, and the others will likewise have that as well. Weather's interesting because you get both temperature and humidity on here, and I got a great weather face for you too. When we slide down, if you have notifications pushed from the phone that you're tethered to the TINWOO app, they'll show up there. When you slide up, you get into a control for battery saving, silent mode, evoke the music player when you're tethered to the phone to control your music, and find your phone that'll vibrate or make noise out of your phone when you find it as well. And those are the things you get in this direction. Now, if I go this way, I get into a bunch of different screens. You see there's 4 tabs down here to this. When I go into step count, it's showing me a graph that shows my current my step count per hour over the 24-hour period and my total up here. That's pretty impressive. When I go into distance, I get the same thing, and I can calibrate it for miles or kilometers, and I got a little tick mark there. Unfortunately, it's not calibrated on this axis, so all you can kind of do is compare 1 hour to the next, and then calories burned as well. Yeah, I put it on this morning and walked those 1,000 some odd steps just so I could get some data on the graph so you could see what they look like. But of course, if you wear it all day and do it a lot, you're going to see quite a bit more. From here now, this was, how do I get there? Let's see. Oh, okay, slide that way. We move back to the first tab. Here's heart rate, and I can invoke that when I have it on, and it's going to try to get a heart rate. I guess this is a good time to put it on and show it to you. Tighten it up. Nice TPU band, easy to operate. There we go. Of course, I'm bouncing all over the place, so it hasn't stabilized yet to get a heart rate, but it will. It's interesting, on the camera I'm seeing kind of a purple square here and purple circle around the red heart, and in real life I'm not really seeing that much. Oh, we lost it. Okay, we were down, we were over here, right? And we were on to this page and we were doing heart rate. There, okay. And it took the reading actually 77. It showed 79. And now, because we landed on this page, it's stopping and restarting to take another reading. So you get the date and time of the reading, and there it is now coming in at 73. Reasonable, it seems, for where I'm at right now. 74, it was running continuously. And it timed out on me. And I'm going to fix that right now because... I'll keep with what we're doing, and then we'll go fix it, because we have only one more here, and this is your last night's sleep time. It's showing you basically your light and your deep sleep and your total. There's a little bit more information on the app. Wow, this is interesting. It's a light blue on the camera, but when I look right at it, it almost is black. I can barely make out a square. So the camera's bringing some more of the color and brightness out of here. So we are all the way over this way. I go this way, I'm back here. Go this way, and I'm at the time, and I go one more, and now I'm into these controls where I have options for exercise, which I also get by pressing the second button, and we'll do that when we do the buttons. I have a relaxation thing, which you can breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and it guides you just by watching. It's asking breathe in and then hold your breath and then breathe out. It's visual, so you have to keep watching your watch. I'm not getting a vibration out of it. I wish it had that feature, because a lot of times when I'm driving and traffic is crazy, I like to practice a breathe in, breathe out, and I rely on the vibration of the watch for that. But nonetheless, it's there. We have a stopwatch built into it, which happens to be in this button, solely, and we'll show you that from that button. And then your overall settings, and now we're to the fun part. This is where the watch faces are, where the brightness is, and where your timeout is. I'm going to show you brightness first. We're going to lower it all the way down. That's the lowest, and it's really nice. You can see it good indoors, outdoors, not as well, but it is visible. I got to change that timeout. There it is. Now it's changed. As you can see, it's a darker color. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to change the level here for the timeout. It's set for 3 seconds. I can go up to 5 seconds, and then I can go to always on. Yes, folks, this watch can do always on. And it just flipped back to the watch face after that 3-second timeout, but it will leave the watch face always on, which is great, especially when I'm reviewing. We're over. Oh, notice this. It's locked, too. After a few seconds, it locks it, so you can't accidentally do anything. You have to press it once to unlock it. Now I have active control over it. When it's in the always-on mode, it's always in this dimmer mode. If I change it and go back a little bit, then I can raise the brightness to there, or there. There's full brightness. And I can take this all the way down to 0, and when it's on 0 seconds, that's a little too bright to read, isn't it? Let's go down to there. When it's on 0 seconds, when it times itself out, it's going to go off, and it's going to stay off. And so if you have the twist your wrist activated, it'll light up that way, but otherwise it's just going to turn the screen completely off after its time delay in there. So you have some good control overall on this one. And we have the brightness. We have some things here. We have the vibration mode on here. I'm not totally sure what these are. What we do have over here are the watch faces. So let's walk through those. This is a really fun face. This is one of my favorites. I like this. And, oh, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to exit out of here, and I'm going to change this to always on. So we're not getting kind of messed up with it. Okay, there's that face, and it is dimmer now. I'm going to just slide, I believe. Yeah, and I can change watch faces. There's a big digital one. Okay, that's the first one. And then here's the second one. Here's a third one. And now we're getting to the fun stuff. You see this particular face here? Now, pay attention because I'm going to show you a graphic. This is the other cool thing about this watch. Not only do you have always on time capability or always off or anything in between, but you have what they call auto switch day-night mode. When you're wearing this watch and it's daytime, that particular watch face is the one you'll see. But at night, it's going to change to that face. There's one in here now you'll see like this, and at night it goes to the moon. You've got this weather thing that you're going to see, and it's really fun. These different watch faces will actually flip depending on whether it's daytime or nighttime without you touching any of the controls. So when we go to unlock it and switch it and go to settings and go into here, when we switch it now to that one, it's going to be a different flower configuration. That one, I think, when it switches to the nighttime mode. Anyway, you got to play with it. Each of them have an offset that matches up with what it'll do in the day or in the evening. Here's another nice colorful one. Here's a different kind of a digital display. And this is fun. I'm going to land on that one. Here's another one. And you see you've got calories and temperature and stuff. And another digital one. Any of these, you hit the check mark and it'll save that one. There's a nice bright white one. You can use it kind of as a flashlight, I guess. Then the dark ones and another dark one. So a couple of analog ones, some digital ones, and the weather one. This one I'm going to take. We're going to come back out of here. And there. Now look at all of this. We got the date, step count time. You got all kinds of things. You got your weather, temperature, humidity. You tap on this now, and it shows you the range of temperature in your zone and where you are, what kind of weather it is, clear, partly cloudy, you name it. Your wind speed. You tap it again, and you get the next 7-day forecast, and the next 7-day forecast, and more. So you can get 3 weeks out worth of forecast on this one, and all kinds of other information, and a pretty decent time display. That's the one I leave it on in this always on mode. Always on, day, night. Now I didn't wear this one at night and leave the watch on in the always on mode, but I didn't put it on the charger either. So I charged it fully up, put it in this particular face with the weather, tethered to the watch so it would update, and let it go. It lasted a little over between a day and a half, almost a day and a half before it completely ran down with the watch screen always on. So really like that feature. It's going to be one of my favorite watches to wear, especially with that nice weather forecast capability, the way the screen locks like that. Yeah, really great. Now, the other things that I mentioned we come back to, the side one here is a stopwatch. Just press it to activate the possibility, then it goes. You can pause it. You can play it. The thing is, you can't get out of it. You can't do anything with it. Everything is locked up while the stopwatch is on until and unless you actually stop it. There it's paused, and I still can't go out. But if I stop it, hello? Okay, I can get out of it. Stopwatch, that's all that button does. It doesn't toggle. It just activates it. This one is how you get out of there. The bottom one now is all the different exercises. You have walking and running. You have hiking, and it looks like cycling. Badminton, tennis, basketball, soccer, those kind of activities. And you can get back out of here. So if you wanted to go, let's say, on a run, you start it here. It instantly starts up. You're getting all these different things on here. There's no GPS, so it's basing its distance on step count. But wait till you see the app. Yeah, you get stride with this one. And time and all that stuff. And so when you're done, I believe you press a button Okay, we hit the back button. Okay, that's how we would get back to it. And it's too short, so it's not going to save that, but there's your information with the flags and everything. And we're back to the watch face. I think that's everything that we've covered. We're in the settings. We went through all of these. When I press up, I can get about the watch, restore it, or turn the watch off. That's the only way to turn the watch off, folks. You'll find that if you press and hold the upper button, nothing happens. It only lights the screen up. You have that, and that, and that's it. You can't even, of course, it's in always on mode, so you can't turn the watch off when it's in always on mode. Either turn the screen off or the watch off. So the only way really to turn the watch off, remember this, because it took a while to figure this out, is you got to go to settings, you got to go to the second page, and you got to power it off from right there. Wow. All right, let's pull in the app. From the Google Play Store, or using the link in the show notes, you go over and find TINWOO. That's the special app that this one uses. We've not looked at that before. I've already have it active and running, and it's landed on its homepage, and it's tethered to the watch, and it's all the basic same stuff you always do. We'll just go into the detail. So here is the homepage. It's not very colorful and fancy. It's not really fleshed out to be real, attractive like a polished app, but it gets the job done. You tap it, you get in here, you see, just like on the watch itself, you see a little bar, but now you've got your calibration on the side. There's 2,000 steps. I'm a little over 1,000 in that particular hour. And so you'll see each hour's steps, and they'll appear here, and then your totals down here in calories burned, distance traveled, and steps, and it can be in kilometers if you want, or miles. Same thing, you got week, month, and year cumulative totals that'll appear there. That's when you tap here. If you go into your step count or your heart rate now, this is continuous heart rate, and it's pretty cool. Here's so far from midnight to now, and if you tap on it, you can get the reading of that exact moment when you got the heart rate. Now, unfortunately, it's not telling you also the exact time. You have to kind of estimate that based on where the line is. And hitting a peak, like trying to hit that peak there we go, 110 it got up to at a certain time, somewhere around 5 a.m. That could be an anomaly since it's only one peak. But if you suffer from a heart issue that involves some sort of flutter or flitter or AFib or irregular heart rate over a time, either while you're asleep or while you're awake, continuous heart rate is a great way to kind of keep an eye on that. You see here when I woke up, things got higher in terms of heart rate. And just you can work with that. Then here you can hit that back arrow, and there's yesterday. I wore it pretty much all day yesterday until in the evening. Then I took it off. And then the day before is when I started it. So had it all in use, and it's up to current time. So you've got this nice continuous heart rate chart capability here. This is the same as that when you press there. And it's also showing you minutes or something. So here's my totals, and there's the chart. Same thing we saw. And then here's your sleep time. And this gives you a pretty interesting display. I can't expand it, unfortunately, but it shows that just before midnight, I went to bed, got up at just before 7. Does it show the time? Yeah, here you go. Well, 12:15 a.m. Well, that's interesting because that's 0 right there. It looks like it's 23, 30, 40. But maybe it's tracking at midnight 15 is the beginning. To 7:17, well, they look a little bit off. But, oh, look at that. You can touch and you can see the zones. Okay, can I slide that? Not really. There. 00:15 to 18 is the very first thing, and that says when I went to bed. Deep sleep, light sleep, awake time, and now you also have heart rate here, so you can take a look at your nighttime heart rate, and it sort of slides around. Little tricky, but you can observe again the time in the when you're asleep and your resting or sleep heart rate, which is really, really great as well. It'd be nice if it also gave you heart rate variability, because you could do a lot related to stress and quality of sleep and things like that with HRV, and maybe an enhancement to the app could do that, because it's obviously collecting all of the data. It has the capability with the sensor. It's just an app enhancement over time. So those are the things you see on the opening page. This is where you can actually do a tracking session. It shows you your temperature. Right now, the chart is going right into the map. I have it on the AGPS app. I could switch it to, to the Google map if I wanted to, and you'll see the true Google map of my exact location with the information right like here. But I'm not going to do that for you. I'll just leave it on this because AGPS doesn't work where I'm located. Anyway, you can start this whole thing up, and it has sound on it. I think I'm going to have to turn the volume up. Let's do walking and turn the volume up.
The tracking has begun.
Okay, you hear that? Tracking has begun. Stop it. Long press to stop it.
The exercise has ended. Your exercise lasted 0 minutes and the distance traveled is 0.00 miles.
Okay, so save that. And then there's your chart that you're going to get with the track that you did. You got it? You felt? Yeah? Okay, good. This is a really nice, robust app for doing tracking with voice integration. What I don't see now, unfortunately, is heart rate display in all of this, which would be awesome if it was transmitting the heart rate it's picking up on the watch to the app, which is using the GPS in here to give you your trajectory and your distance and everything else. But for what it is, you can probably download the app for free even without owning the watch and test this thing out, and it might actually be a good app to use if you want audio feedback of what's happening with your tracking thing. And that's all on this one. Help is here, gives you some help topics to look at. Settings is here. This is where you set up your particular stuff, and age, gender, all of those kind of things. This is where you can set it to take a photo. Here's the overall device. Now, you can set 12, 24-hour, imperial or metric, temperature, date format. You can set alert times that it'll notify you if you have a call coming in or message. Nice. Notification filter of the apps that you want from your phone to send to your watch. Select those. Your resting heart rate monitor, you can specify a time frame for that or leave it for 24 hours. And the turn your wrists to wake up the screen capability is selectable in the app, as well as individually settable in the watch. Really, really well thought out. And of course, then find your device, and it's vibrating right now. There's no speaker in it, and I can just say okay and bail out of that. And then, what else did I want to show you? Back over here on home. This is the connection to the watch here. You can unpair it and do factory updates and stuff. And back over here in settings, personal. No, not there. Here, sport. I skipped that. This is where you really set everything up. Your running stride in feet and inches or centimeters. Your stride length, your natural stride when you're walking. Your step goals, calories, distance. Your high heart alert and your low heart range alert. And it has done that while I've been wearing it. 24/7 heart rate monitoring. And I set them kind of narrow to test it out, and sure enough, it'll vibrate and tell me what my heart rate is, and I've triggered the low heart rate alert, for example, when it dropped below 60. And you can turn on or off the sedentary reminder to get you up and moving. And that is pretty much the review of the app. That's pretty much the review of the watch. And one more time, remember these These watch faces also automatically switch at night and take on a different characteristic. I think it's right around 6 a.m., 6 p.m., but I haven't honed it in. It'd be really cool if it was like with sunrise and sunset, but I don't think it's quite that sophisticated. But it does flip them. It does change them. So it's the TINWOO smartwatch, T20, and it is available directly from Amazon, and this is the link that you can click on in the show notes that'll take you over there. It comes with a variety of different bands, it's silver or black, and does everything you just saw. 5 atmosphere waterproofing. Another thing I wanted to mention to you, not only does it come with its charger, the 2-pin charger that you connect to it, but it'll actually work in a wireless charger. Here, let me show you. Okay, this is one of those QI chargers. Comes with a different watch, does not come with this one, but I can use it as an example because it's illuminated, which is really cool. When I take the watch and I just lay it in here, you see it switches to charging mode. It shows that it's charging, and of course when it gets fully charged by this remote unit, it'll turn green, and then I know the watch is fully charged. So Samsung kind of a charger, I believe, would work with this. Any of the Q chargers that you've got, the ones for your phone, the big round flat things look like a burner, right? You could just set the watch flat on those and it would charge up as well. So really neat additional feature in this one. It's got the whole circuitry built in for true wireless charging, and that's partly why you can get 5 atmosphere submersibility with this. Seriously, waterproof watch with an always-on display that you could see underwater, screen that locks so it's not going to go flipping out when it gets wet. Really great watch. I know, but I got to show it to you. You can get it from Amazon using the link we've got down below. $50. Click on over there, pick out the style and model that you like, and I think you're going to find it's a really nice watch for what it does and all the extra capabilities it has. Thanks again for watching, everybody. We'll see you again soon. The Healy. Ho-ho! And what a Healy it is. Yeah, I got to hook it up and have my very first session. And it was a doozy. I really got to tell you. First of all, I want to show you, because I haven't done that yet. Well, you know what? Instead of putting this at the end of this video, I'm gonna send you over to a different link. It's gonna be to a private playlist that talks about the Healy and everything to do with it. I'm gonna have my first experience there, and I hopefully will add to that playlist. So follow this link, and yeah, come on over and watch the rest of this over there. Well, I didn't know if it would work, but it did. I was able to set up a private playlist with a special bit.ly address. So to learn more about the Healy, come on over, bit.ly/Healy videos. That's the tag, Healy videos. It's going to get you over to the playlist, all kinds of stuff related to this little goodie.